Hello gentlemen and welcome to End of Nations. This game is coming out when?
We haven't set an official release date, but it should be early next year.
Alright, do you want to tell us just a bit about the game, what it's like?
Sure, it is a MMO RTS, so real-time strategy, but kind of look at, StarCraft and Command & Conquer and these older games and we're like, 8 players, that's just not enough for us. What we have here is a 60-player match. That's actually a small map for us. We have already played 24 versus 24, and we're working on getting larger maps up and running as well. There will still be a couple small maps for that more personal, visceral feel of dealing with just one guy, taking out that that one limited opponent, or for doing a more of a clan type play where your small group takes out a small group of people that you know. But the overall idea is that larger, bigger battles, lots of attacking, defending, but it's very much, rather than your focus on base building or doing anything that's regarding a kind of, a turret wall that you just kind of creep open the map with. You're going to have just your units that you drop in with. You put down a couple structures, not a lot, that allow you to get a temporary advantage somewhere that you need it, but that'll cost you resources, and the major limiting factor for a lot of stuff is going to be the resource costs on it. The resources come back slowly over time so that you can keep moving forward, but it's basically you're going to want to do a sharp push, a heavy push to get a strategic point down, and then once you've done that, you're going to take a little time to recover and then push into the next one.
So real-time strategy. So you can basically make pretty much anything. Obviously, you got helicopters, planes just flying over. I mean, looking at the gameplay, it looks pretty good. I mean, can't wait to actually play it. This is free.
Yes, absolutely free to play. A lot of people will take that to mean that some people get to pay to win. That's not our intention at all. All the gameplay elements are free. The whole campaign that's going to be available, it's a co-op campaign, that'll be free. All the PvP maps, those will be free. All the units, all the structures, all the weapons, they're all free. What you're going to be able to pay for, kind of like Team Fortress 2, you're going to have some cosmetic items that you can get. Kind of like League of Legends, you've got the XP boost, the in-game currency boost that allow you to earn a little bit faster so you can advance a little more quickly. And there's going to be an in-game store so that when you unlock a new unit, you're only going to get one initially. You're going to have to buy some of them with in-game currency, but you can also convert some real currency to the in-game currency and buy a whole bunch of them right up front, so you can immediately jump in and use whatever unit you happen to want right away.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. So no release date, just pretty much. I can't really think of anything else to add. It's a pretty solid game. Anything you want to ask, Brad?
I was interested in the actual what kind of engine are you using and how responsive would the gameplay be and how fluid flowing. I mean, because obviously the gameplay matters to RTS members, and people, and they really want their commands to flow. And the problem is with some people, getting into these kind of games is more some people have a kind of master craft for it, and some people just they don't know how to get through flowing in the gameplay. So how do you think that maybe a newbie to RTS games like me would probably adapt to it? Now, what would it appeal to me and adding a new audience to you?
Well, one of the things that we've done is that because we've taken the focus off having both a base and a bunch of units.
Okay.
It's no longer that severe frenetic pace that we watch a StarCraft. Pro players, they're all over the map all the time.
Yeah.
They're using the hotkeys to build their units in their base. You don't need to worry about that. You get to focus on, if you have your 8 units on the map, that's all you need to really worry about is your 8 units.
Okay.
You get to keep with them, you move around with them, and so you don't have to. Having some awareness of the rest of the map is good. It's going to help you play better.
Yeah.
Having communication skills so you can talk to your other players in games, excellent. But you're going to be able to. It's a lot more focused. You're able to.
So you're able to you're able to oversee everything much more easily, because the problem is with like Command and Conquer and games like that is like I've got to focus on like a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And like people I play online have got something like 4 bases going on at once, and they somehow manage to keep them all in check.
Right.
And they can react really quickly, and I can't. And that's something about like the gameplay in RTSs that kind of like shrouds me away. And like obvious, and you're trying to like kind of combat that by sending much more focused gameplay.
Yeah, it's much more focused on your individual units. World and Conflict kind of had a similar sort of style where they got rid of the whole bases, and all it is strategic points, constant movement, constant attacks, constant defenses, but you're always focusing on just your little small group of units, their special abilities, your own commander abilities.
Okay.
So there's that. And in terms of the engine and the flow, it's being developed by Petroglyph. They are a developer based on, mostly composed of old Westwood Studios veterans.
Oh yeah.
And so they've done a lot of RTSs. They know how to make the interface feel, clean, but
like much more like concentrated.
But this is much more concentrated, and it should. When I get the chance to play, I actually like it a lot because that's the one thing that I'm very bad about is that split attention, going back to base, going back to my units,
like
going back
one
to base,
the other base, and then you don't know what to do with your units, etc. And you've got like.
And it's also like if you have 200 units running around, I have no idea what half of them are doing at any time. And I'll go back and be like, oh, that whole group just got wiped out, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was too busy somewhere else. So this is, you have, like I said, up to 20 units. But if you have 20 relatively weak units, you'd have 20. If you have a couple more powerful units, you can have fewer in at a time. And you get to focus on those, make sure that they're using their abilities when you need to, make sure that you're keeping them up and moving them forward, attacking with them well, or retreating it when you need to. So it kind of slows the game down and allows you to see what's going on in that respect. But it also keeps the game a lot more. It also keeps the game a little bit more fast-paced in some respects, that you don't have a time when you're just sitting there building a base.
Yeah.
That never happens. You're immediately in the action.
Yeah, you're immediately going after.
And there's always a point to attack. There's always a point to defend. You're never just kind of sitting back and turtling in your little base waiting for the enemy.
like trying to think of things to do, or trying to think of a way to improve. You always have to attack, and you're always defending and attacking, and then. So okay, that sounds pretty exciting. Like obviously because it's a free-to-play game, obviously you're looking towards like microtransaction things. Like so, what kind of things will you be able to buy? Is it like upgrades for your weaponry and stuff like?
There are some small upgrades. There's each unit can attach a couple of mods, which will allow them to say have a little bit larger sight radius, or hit it a little harder, have a few more hit points, have a little bit more armor. Nothing overpowering. It's not going to be a pay to win. You're not going to be able to get the ultimate unit. You're not going to get an amazing super weapon, but you'll be a little bit better. There's also going to be skins so that you can make your units look really cool.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some boosts, so you can advance your character faster or get more in-game currency for your wins, things like that. And I believe we're also going to have the ability to convert real currency into in-game currency, so that, like I said, if you unlock a new unit and you want to have a full loadout, you can buy it right away.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Do you need to ask anything more, Kyle?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
All right.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, that's Brad and Kyle from GamerX TV, and
I'm Carl Tars.
Okay, Carl Tars from Trion Worlds, yeah?
From Trion Worlds.
Okay, and okay, so look for that in the next year, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.